Hello, day 20. Let's dive straight into it today. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the fact that your audience is a mirror of who you are. And we've briefly talked about this earlier on in this series when I said about, setting healthy habits and doing all the things to make sure that you are who you say you are behind the business. But I mean this in a different level today because I hear so many people coming to me and saying, oh, well, my audience isn't moving, or I want to sell high ticket offers, or, I just want my audience to do X, Y, Z. And it's like, okay, cool. But tell me, are you doing the same things? Like, you're saying to people, oh, you need to invest in yourself and you need to have a mentor and you need to do all these things. And it's like, okay, cool. Do you have a mentor? Are you investing in yourself? Are you in the high ticket spaces? Like, are you doing those things? Or are you just telling your audience that's what they need to do in hopes that you'll make sales and that's what you want? Because what you want and what you are two very different things, and you need to lead by example. So if you're out here telling people, okay, cool, well, you need to invest into mentorship if you want to see success, tell me, when was the last time you invested into mentorship? If it's something that you value so highly, well, why are you not in a container yourself? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't say one thing, do another, and then wonder why your audience isn't moving like you're telling them to. You can't say, oh, well, I only want high-level clients and I want to sell high-ticket offers, and then tell me, no, you're not buying anything high ticket, you're not a high level client, you're not doing any of those things. It's just like, it's a contradiction. And, I've briefly spoken about the fact that contradictions are okay, but at the same time too, like, we have to be able to accept them, but not in this space, like not specifically in this, because you can't keep saying to somebody, you need to continue your learning, you need to continue your growth, and you need to continue doing all of those things when you're not doing the same. Because I hear this so often, like I hear people saying like, okay, cool, well, I'll do this when I make this. I'll do this when I've got a certain amount of sales. And you know what? Like, I get it, 100%, I get it. You don't want to just like fully dive in the deep end and not know what kind of return that you're going to get. I understand that. But then also put that perspective in your, look at your audience from that perspective. If you can't even do it yourself, how are you expecting them to do it? And that doesn't even come down to, like I've literally just spoken about, like, investing into high ticket spaces, investing into mentorship, investing into all those things. Like, I've spoken about like actual investment there, but also investment into yourself as well. Like, you can't sit there and preach, oh, okay, cool, to get the most out of your days. And, being a small business owner, you're going to be super busy. To get the most out of your days, you need to be getting up at 5 a.m. and exercising a certain amount of time and doing all of the things. And you're saying that and you're preaching that, but then behind the scenes, you're sleeping into like 8, 9 o'clock every morning. You're eating a bunch of crap. And then you're wondering why you have clients that like aren't getting anything done. It's because they're mirroring to you what you are. And don't get me wrong, like there are definitely going to be some times where, you just get that client and you're just like, what is even happening? But also that comes down to making sure that you're pre-qualifying people before you decide to work with them, and, you're not just accepting anyone and everyone just because you want to make sales. It's like making sure that you're calling in the right people there. That can also come down to your messaging, your marketing, all those things. Regardless, what I'm saying is 99% of the time, your clients will mirror to you what you are. So what I want you to do today is I want you to reflect on. I want you to think to yourself. I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to actually write this down. And I want you to write down what you are currently saying you want in your business. So I want my clients to do X, Y, Z. I want my ideal client to be X, Y, Z. I want my clients to value X, Y, Z. So whatever it is that you want, and then I want you to read that list, read it out, and then I want you to ask yourself, am I this? And if what you want and what you are two completely different things, there's your problem. Like, I've just identified for you where your problems lie, and you need to become that version before you can expect your ideal client to show up in that way as well. So if those two things match, perfect, you're in a perfect world. But I do believe that everyone has some form of work that they can be doing. As always, I would love to hear what this has brought up for you. This is just a short, sharp, snappy episode for your day today, and I will talk to you tomorrow.